Hey guys, so let's talk about Claude computer use. This came out in October last year. Anthropic released this to the public through the API. So I want to use it inside the Figma interface and see if it can perform a few like basic operations. So I'll say I have the Figma UI opened. Can you draw a frame? No, let's be specific. Let's say iPhone 16 Pro frame. Take a screenshot and proceed or perform this task. Cool. Yeah, so it's working. Right, you can see it's running here. It's thinking, it's taking a screenshot. It analyzes the screenshot to kind of understand where it's at. It's pressing F for the frame tool. Okay. Then it's selecting the iPhone 16 Pro option and boom, okay, we have a frame. Nice. So the way that it's done this is by using a custom prompt. So normally it might struggle a bit by selecting things on the UI and it won't know like where to go next. But if you explain the UI and you give it like, if you feed it all the keyboard shortcuts inside its like memory, then it'll kind of refer to that. So I've explained the toolbar on the right here. And then I've also said like make sure to scroll through it if you can't see like the function that you're looking for. As you can see, this uses some API tokens. It's like a few cents per operation. But yeah, let's try draw an ellipse. Actually, instead of typing, I can use dictation. So I can say draw an ellipse inside this frame. Okay, and hit enter. We'll see how it goes. So it's pressing O to select the ellipse tool. Oh, and it drew a frame. I drew a circle, drew an ellipse. Okay, so it says inside the frame, but okay, I'll say move it inside the iPhone 16 Pro frame that already exists. And of course I could type this with my voice, but I think that just kind of takes longer. And it's prone to error. Same way, Claude is also very much prone to error. As you can see, it kind of drew the thing off the screen, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so it just ended up drawing another circle inside the frame. That's cool. So I guess with the right instructions, like with enough context and instructions, you'll kind of get the output you're expecting. Oh, okay. Now it sees the issue that there are two circles. It's drawing one inside. I think it's drawing another one in here, right in the middle. And yeah, it's really cool how it can take over your screen. I also have manual control here, so while it's performing tasks, I can kind of click and change things. It'll mess up the workflow of Claude, but let's see. Can you go into plugins? Or I'll just say go into plugins. Search for Iconify. Click on it and run it. So this is a bit of a challenging task. There's like 4 steps to this. We'll see if it can handle that. Usually you want to stick to 1 step at a time, because a lot of information will kind of overload it because it has to think a lot, and then you might hit the rate limit for the API. So as you can see, we've hit the rate limit, but there's kind of a demonstration of what's possible with Claude computer use inside Figma. It's not like the best at navigating UI, but I think as this scales, it becomes more performant, more efficient. We'll start to see a few things being automated that way. So one thing that I'm interested in is the data entry part of this. So you can always use this to like make Claude just like think of text and then type the text inside a spreadsheet. And this is completely navigable by using the keyboard. So uh, you can definitely use this more effectively than Figma. So because you don't have to click on like many of the tools here. There's keyboard shortcuts for like almost everything inside Excel. Um, and you can also use the terminal. So I've been thinking of a few ideas. So you can send emails through the command line here, using the send email like protocol. You can also use Cal to organize meetings. So you can like create meetings, and then you can send an email with like all the meeting to your teammates, for example. Cal integrates with like Google Calendar, Outlook, etc. So could actually be useful. You can also schedule like cron jobs automatically in the background. And while this is happening inside this is essentially a computer inside a computer, and then Claude is controlling that. So you can still do your normal work. Like you can be, I don't know, making a prototype while this happens in the background. And finally, you can integrate APIs. So if you want to quickly, I don't know, update like a task on Asana, obviously it's quicker now just to do it by yourself, but you could or make Claude like do this at set intervals and like analyze your progress like on your prototype, and then kind of take that and then update the dashboard that way, or update like a Kanban board like automatically. So in the future of this is really interesting. Like you can automate your browser in many different ways. You can automate parts of data entry. uh so far it's like very experimental, it's like not very good, but yeah, it'll be exciting to see where this goes. So stay tuned for more updates in this direction using AI inside design tools.